since it's been freezing in Virginia, I was thinking it's a great day to have shepherd's pie. And I'm starting backwards. I'm going to mash the potatoes first because they're ready and hot and ready to go. My grandmother taught me how to make mashed potatoes when I would stand on a stool, and I can just hear her in my ear every time I make them. So I'm going to start out with half of these. I have 6 large, since I'm doubling this, I have 6 large potatoes peeled, cubed, and ready to mash. I boiled them until fork tender. Then I add butter. That's a stick and a half of butter. And I just measure the salt with my heart. And of course you get a spoon and taste it. I'm adding pepper. And I warmed up the whole milk before I'm going to start adding that. And you just have to go by eyeballing it how much milk I'll need. And I'll just show the beginnings of this, and then I'll show you the finished product. Now I'm adding the milk. This is about a cup. The mashed potatoes are creamy and ready to go. And I think Mama would be proud. They look like hers. They taste like hers. So I'll keep these warm while I start on the shepherd's pie. I have 2 pounds of ground turkey. And you can use lamb in here, beef, or any type of meat you want, or a mixture of meat. I chose to use turkey today. And I am going to get out the excess grease before I add the seasonings. Now I'm adding 1 onion diced, 2 cloves of garlic, and get this going. Then I'm adding a little bit of tomato sauce, and about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Here's the next one. This is such a comforting meal. Then I will add onion salt and garlic powder. So make it very flavorful. And some pepper. Oops. And regular salt, which will not interfere with what we've added so far. It will not be too salty. To this, I also add 2 chopped carrots, and this is a large, 1 chopped carrot, which was huge, and 2 celery stalks to this. And I will let this simmer. I've created a little well in here, and I'm going to add some good olive oil, probably at least a tablespoon, and a tablespoon of flour, and I will mix this until it'll thicken it, and it will, if I keep mixing it and add some of this delicious chicken broth, the flour taste will be gone. And I just eyeball this. This is low sodium chicken broth. Now, you don't have to make your own mashed potatoes either. You can buy them. I think Bob Evans has good mashed potatoes. And other companies do too. That saves you a step. But I decided to go all out today. It's smelling wonderful. And I will let this simmer for at least 10 minutes or 20 minutes before I start assembling. And I have my oven preheated to 350. And I think I've added at least a cup of low sodium chicken broth. While it's simmering, I'm adding rosemary and some thyme for delicious flavor, and I'll take that out before I assemble the casserole dishes. Okay, I think the mixture is at a stage now where I can take out the rosemary. I already took out the thyme. Put it over here. And I'm adding a whole pack of frozen peas to this. Now, you don't have to add peas. This is, when my kids were little, I only added a layer of green beans because that's what they liked. They didn't like peas. But their tastes have changed now. And I mix this in. I have scooped the mixture into the 2 pans I'm using, and now it's time to top them with the mashed potatoes. And I'll show you the first step and come right back. The mashed potatoes are layered, and I am adding grated sharp cheddar cheese on top to go into the oven for about 20 minutes. Because it's already cooked, it just needs to warm through. Some people add Parmesan cheese to this, but I've elected just to add this. And you can use your own discretion of how much you want to put on. And I think it's ready to go in the oven. The shepherd's pies are out of the oven, and I sprinkled some fresh parsley on top for color, and I am going to try a piece. And I also put a garlic knot with it. And you can see the layers and all the pretty colors and the veggies. It's very flavorful. It's delicious. And I hope you'll give it a try.